Hello everyone, my name is Khan Jadoon and working as a faculty member at the Department of Civil Engineering at International Islamic University in Pakistan. I am pleased to welcome you all to my presentation related to estimation of unsaturated soil hydraulic properties by integrated hydrogeophysical inversion of ground penetrating radar measurements. This research was done in collaboration with Sebastian Lambert, Lutz Weiermuller and Harry Weiken at the Agrosphere Institute at Forschungszentrum Jülich. It's a great pleasure for me to congratulate Harry Weiken for his honorary lifetime membership. For the last 15 years, I am working in close collaboration with colleagues from Agrosphere Institute at Jülich under the leadership of Harry Weiken, first as a PhD student at Agrosphere Institute, and secondly as an international collaborator when I was working as a research scientist at KAUST in Saudi Arabia and presently at IIU in Pakistan. I will move towards my presentation. This plot shows the spatial support and spatial extent to measure the soil moisture at different scales. We can see that the space-borne and airborne sensors can cover a large area but with low spatial resolution, whereas the traditional ground-based sensors provide information at a local scale. To measure at the field scale, there is a gap between the local and regional scale measurements. To fill this gap, wireless network sensors or geophysical methods such as GPR, EMI and ERT can be used. In this presentation, I will mostly focus on the GPR system. We developed a new GPR system in which we use a vector network analyzer and a step frequency pulse can be introduced. Secondly, directive horn antennas are used which can be utilized in an off-ground GPR system. It works in a monostatic mode and same antenna can be used for the source and receiver of the GPR signals. We have an accurate forward model for this GPR system. If we look in the classical geophysical inversion techniques for the time-lapse GPR measurement to estimate the water content profile with respect to depth for different precipitation events, the inversion is mostly ill-posed due to great number of unknowns. For instance, if we have to estimate the permittivity and conductivity for 100 discretization, and in that case we will have total 200 unknowns. To constrain this inverse problem, we integrated our electromagnetic model with the hydrodynamic model, and as a result only those permittivity and conductivity profiles will be selected which obeys the hydrodynamic laws. In this integrated hydrogeophysical inversion, we have used petrophysical relationship to bridge electromagnetic model with the hydrodynamic model. And in this hydrogeophysical inversion, we estimated 5 parameters. To monitor the soil moisture dynamics in the field scale, time-lapse GPR and TDR measurements were performed. The off-ground GPR system was mounted 1.1 meter above the ground. The surface of the soil was exposed to the precipitation and evaporation events. Nearly the GPR set up a pair of TDR probes were installed at 4 depths to measure the vertical and lateral soil moisture content dynamics in the footprint of the GPR. The pair of the TDR probes installed at 8 centimeter and 20 centimeter was 1 meter apart, whereas the TDR probes installed at 15 and 30 centimeter were half a meter apart due to during the time-lapse GPR and TDR measurements, 3 major precipitation events occurred. We can see that the lateral variation of 5 to 7% of water content was observed in TDR probes installed at 1 meter apart, whereas the lateral variation of the soil moisture was negligible at the TDR probes installed at a half meter apart. The time-lapse GPR data in time domain and as well as in the frequency domain are shown in these plots. 3 precipitation events which can be visually observed in both the data sets in time domain. Most of the information can be observed in the surface reflection, and after every precipitation event there is an increase in the amplitude of the surface reflection. due to the increase in the water content. Frequency domain data contains more information. The higher frequency are sensitive to shallow depths, therefore more variations can be observed during evaporation and precipitation events. The low frequencies are sensitive to greater depths and small variations can be observed. As the first step, we inverted the surface reflection data in the time domain to estimate the shallow soil water content. The effect of each precipitation event can be clearly observed in the GPR data. During nights, the effect of the evaporation event almost get negligible, and therefore there is a slightly increase in the water content, and that might be due to dew. The mean of the soil moisture content estimated after 3 precipitation events was around 0.412, whereas the saturated soil water content obtained from the soil samples was 0.42, which is very close to the soil samples. In the next step, the soil water dynamics was observed in the top 60 centimeter. Therefore, the simulation domain for the hydrodynamic model was divided into 2 layers of 30 centimeter each. The top boundary condition was considered as a variable flux, and precipitation and evaporation data was used. The 10 days spin up time was provided for calibration and to adjust for the initial conditions. We used a single porosity model used by Mulum van Gunochten and a dual porosity model used by Duna. 2 inversion scenarios were tested. In first scenario, both the layers were considered as a single porosity, and in the second scenario, the top layer was considered as a dual porosity, as macropores were observed in the field. We consider 15 GPR measurements for integrated hydrogeophysical inversion. All the 3 precipitation events were observed in the modeled GPR signals. The model GPR signal obtained from the dual porosity model better fit at higher frequencies as compared to the single porosity inversion model. We compare the water content profiles for the GPR using single and dual porosity model inversion with the independent TDR measurements. We can see that in the single porosity model, the points are dispersed, underestimated, and in the case of the dual porosity model, it's aligned well to the TDR measurements. We recently established a new drone-borne GPR system for soil moisture mapping in collaboration with the UCL. Drone X8 is used with lightweight radar system having total weight less than 1 kg. The length of the dipole antenna which is used in the drone is of 4 meter, and with a frequency range from 32 to 42 kilohertz. Drone can be controlled remotely with the smartphone. Here are some results for the drone measurements. That in the left side map shows the soil moisture map retrieved from the drone-borne GPR system. Higher resolution of the soil maps can be retrieved from such a system, and here we can see that the wet portion is represented by blue color and the dry portion is represented by the red color. In the right side of the figure, the map shows the elevation over the agriculture field. So coming towards the conclusion, the integrated hydrogeophysical inversion permits to regularize the inverse problem and can be used to estimate soil hydraulic properties. The off-prone GPR system can be used in the field to monitor the near surface soil water content dynamics. Drone-borne GPR system can be used for soil moisture mapping in a non-invasive way. And these are the references which are used in this presentation. Thank you for your attention, and floor is open for the question. So coming towards the conclusion, the integrated hydrogeophysical inversion permits to regularize the inverse problem and can be used to estimate soil hydraulic properties. The off-prone GPR system can be used in the field to monitor the near surface soil water content dynamics. Drone-borne GPR system can be used for soil moisture mapping in a non-invasive way. and these are the references which are used in this presentation. Thank you for your attention, and floor is open for the question.